We've spent the last 11 weeks building towards this moment. You understand that AI governance is a leadership problem, and you know that committees don't equal accountability. You can see the quiet risks that most executives miss. You have a language for defensibility, vendor control, board visibility. You know what to monitor, how to communicate it without fear mongering, and the difference between readiness and maturity. The question now is, what comes next? Board attention to AI isn't slowing down, it's actually accelerating. And recent analysis found that 88% of organizations are now deploying AI, but only 25% have board level policies governing that deployment. And that gap is becoming impossible to ignore. Boards are starting to treat AI oversight the way that they treat cybersecurity or financial controls as a fiduciary responsibility, not an optional interest. The executives who prepared for the shift will stand out. The ones who aren't will struggle to explain why. Based on what we're seeing in the market, there are three questions that boards will increasingly ask about AI governance. Being ready to answer them will define executive credibility in that space. The first question is, what AI decisions affect patients and who owns them? This goes back to week 4, where we talked about decision ownership. Boards want to know that someone with a name and a title is accountable for every AI influenced decision that touches the patient. If the answer is the committee reviews it, that's not going to be good enough because committees provide input. Ownership requires a signature. The second, how do we know that these tools are performing as expected? This picks up from weeks 6 and 9. Vendors update algorithms, performance drifts. Boards don't need to understand how, but they need the confidence that you're monitoring it. Now, if you can show them a quarterly report with performance baselines, adoption patterns, and escalation summaries, you've answered the questions before they finish even asking them. The third, what would we say if something went wrong? This is the question that most executives aren't ready for. And it's not because that they've done anything wrong. It's because they haven't thought through the narrative. So if an AI tool contributed to an adverse event, what's the story? Did we know what we were governing? Did we monitor it appropriately? Did we respond when concerns surfaced? That's not about having perfect systems. It's about having defensible ones, evidence of judgment, and a story that you can tell that demonstrates reasonable oversight. These three questions, ownership, monitoring, and a narrative, form the core of what boards will want to understand. Answer them clearly, and you will position yourself as a leader who has this under control, because this isn't theoretical. Delaware courts have already expanded board oversight responsibilities for what they call mission critical risks tied to emerging technologies. AI related securities class actions doubled last year. But here's what's important: plaintiffs don't need to prove that the AI system failed, they need to prove the board failed to govern the AI system. That distinction matters. Documentation of deliberate oversight, of reasonable governance, of decisions made with appropriate care, that's what protects organizations and directors. The executives who build that documentation now, who can demonstrate ongoing attention rather than just that initial approval, will be in a different position than those that waited. So here's where we land. Take those three questions: ownership, monitoring, and that narrative. Write down your answers for your organization's highest risk AI applications. If your answers are clear, then you're ready. If they're not, you know what to work on. And remember what we've built across these 12 weeks. AI governance is not about perfection. It's about demonstrating that someone competent is paying attention, that risks are being identified, and that decisions are being made deliberately. That's what boards want to see, and that's what responsible leadership looks like. This is where decision confidence gets built. Don't wait for perfect clarity. Don't chase every framework. You get confidence from doing the work, understanding what you're governing, and how you're going to explain it when it matters. That's the path. And now you've got the tools to walk it. Thank you for spending these 12 weeks with me.